Hello everyone, welcome to the Majestix Heroclix Podcast. If you like our content, please like and subscribe, it really helps us out. If you're interested in learning more about the Bronze Age format and the Majestix Open Series, please check out openseries.majestixccg.com. Also, if you want to learn about Heroclix strategies, tactics, and lists from the game's top players, please visit majestixccg.com/apex-insiders. Lastly, if you're looking for Heroclix singles, please visit our eBay stores at stores.ebay.com/MajestixHeroclix and stores.ebay.com/ClicksCollective. All the links for everything I just talked about is below in the description. And again, my name is Jeff, and today I'm joined with Skipper Pat.
Heyo.
And Clay Wood.
Hey, folks.
Welcome back, friends. It has been quite a while since we have got together, but we have some exciting things to talk about. Clay Wood went out as a West Coast representative to the Heroclix for Huntingtons and has some exciting things to share with us. He gave us a little preview before we started recording, but I'm very excited to hear all about it. You got second place in the team, so like you placed well at the event, so like that's always makes it funner, right? Yeah, tell us a little bit about it.
Yeah, thanks, Jeff. So probably most people are familiar with the event. It's largely done in order to provide funds for the Huntington's charity that Scott Porter is kind of like drives, I guess. It's all the way out in Huntsville. Getting there is kind of a pain in the butt, I'll be honest. But the pricing is probably the best among all the events, in the Heroclix circuit. And so I had never been before. I decided to finally make the trip this time. And I was not alone. There were actually a number of West Coast people out there, including Alyssa, Anthony Jose, and Jackson made it out. I think Richard even came for a couple days too. So we had actually very good West Coast representation.
Very nice.
Which was great to see. It really, like, if you ever get a chance to go, I do highly recommend it. It's tough. I know it's like hard to get there. It's kind of in the middle of nowhere. It's expensive, but like it's the community aspect of it is so awesome. And you get to hang out with, Heroclix celebrity Scott Porter, and he's such a great, awesome person. And even Ryan Opalk from WizKids made it out and was there for pretty much the entire event as well. So I had lots of opportunity to chat with him. I think many other people did too. But yeah, very fun event. But you wanted to hear about the actual event, the tournaments themselves. So the first
I want to hear about it all. Like, especially some people
details.
may not have known about
all right.
about why the event's being held.
The first night was interesting. It was the Tracy Brock Memorial event. So Tracy was Howard's wife, who unfortunately passed away from cancer very abruptly a few years ago. And so in her honor, the kind of like opening event is one of these kind of funny older booster sealed events, and in this case it's also a 3v3 like we had done at the Majestix. So the format for this was you given, I think, 10 Hobbit boosters.
The single ones, right?
The single ones, yep.
Okay, jeez.
You get Slosh, so Superman and Legion of Superheroes.
Okay.
And Teen Titans. And then you're also given, what was it?
Say Galactic Guardians, and I'm going to fall over at this point.
Like, I feel like Teen Titans is probably the worst set in HeroClix ever.
Among them, yes. Now I'm trying to remember. There were like two other boosters that you got. Avengers Defender War.
Okay, that's a good set. I like that.
That's a terrible set.
I love that set.
I think there might have been one other, but then the last booster was like a wild card, like from a handful of different sets. Like my team ended up getting one from Guardians of the Galaxy, which I love that set.
Okay.
I know Nick Fury, Agent of Shield, was in the lot. There were a bunch of different random things in there. My team pulled awful, so we did just horrible. It was not a great start to the event. I think like sorry. So a little bit more on the format. One of the players, their team was like a 300-point team only from the Hobbit boosters.
A bold choice they've gotten.
The second player, I think they had a 300 or 400-point team that was only from the DC boosters, the Teen Titans and Slosh. And then the last player was a 400-point team that could be from anything, from any of the boosters. So it was definitely a team building challenge.
Yeah, that was definitely a mental exercise.
Let me guess, you chose to play the Hobbit.
No, I played the pull from everything. Failed my team quite miserably. But in my defense, like our pull, like we didn't pull a single super rare chase prime. Like I think it was 5. I'm missing a booster, but I think there were 5 boosters plus the Hobbit. Like we didn't get it. Like the best piece that I had and what I played was Gore the God Butcher from Guardians of the Galaxy. So
that's super bummer because I've been thinking about it. If you get one of the Hobbit pieces, I think they had epic actions. So in the 400-point format, those are legal. So like that would have been dope.
Yeah, that's right. A handful of people did pull those, and they just like cleaned up. Deathstroke rare from Teen Titans is still really good, as I found out in my first game. It was just like we just got brutally crushed. So I won't even spend time. I'm sure other people had fun. I was happy to move on to this next event the following day.
I will say real fast, Clay, as bad as you said you performed, you still have a smile on your face. So I'm glad you still had fun.
It was fun. It was, it's always interesting. You never know what you're going to get with Sealed. Sometimes you have great pulls. Sometimes you don't. This was not my week for Sealed.
And now it sounds like when it comes to the end of the year, when Jeff puts on the big event, we'll just do a Hobbit event, and we'll see how that goes.
All right. We'll do the Hobbit event, but I get to keep all the product because that's what I need to complete. I was like, you guys just get to play. I'm going to keep it all.
Hobbit and Lord of the Rings. There we go. Everyone gets this. See how well it goes.
Dude, that would be so expensive. Just like product like that just lying around isn't cheap.
I thought some of the Hobbit stuff.
Maybe some of the Hobbit, but not the Lord of the Rings.
The Lord of the Rings is super expensive. You're right. That's hard to get.
I like it.
Anyway, so day 2 was I ended up just doing battle royales that entire day. The organized event was like a 400 silver themed event.
Oh, okay.
And I wasn't really that interested in playing it, I'll be honest. I know some people used it as like an opportunity to kind of like warm up. My team was very far from having any theme to it, and after like putting together a team for the 3v3 and another team for the singles on Sunday, I'm like, I don't need to put together a third team and try to practice that.
No, for sure.
You said 400 points and you put theme in the same sentence. I'm out.
Yep.
And then you put silver on top of that. Definitely out.
Yeah.
So there's no APOC Genesis. It's sad.
Yeah. So I can't remember quite who won that. I thought Lucas was in the top 2, and I feel like
he won that one.
Did he win that one?
Yep. He's the silver champion now.
But not
for theme.
Oh, was that not that event?
This is a different event. Yeah.
Ooh.
Let me see. I thought it was Mike Eskew. I think.
Do you know what he was? Was he playing with Thanos?
He was playing Thanos. Yep.
I think I saw that.
So, then the day after, so that was Thursday.
What set did you play your battle royales with?
Yeah, the battle royales were all next phase.
Which is that a great set to battle royale with?
No.
Did you see any Kevins in the wild?
There were 0 Kevins pulled in any of the next phase boosters in the entire event.
How many bricks did you guys go through?
I don't know, but it was a lot. There were a lot of battle royales that were being played throughout the course of the weekend.
I heard there was like 170 like unique players for the weekend.
It was a lot. There were a lot of players. Yeah.
Nice, dude. That's very cool.
So a lot of people playing sealed. There were a lot of Kevins that were released into the wild because there were a lot of next phase factory sets that were given out as prizing, not only for the 3v3, the Silver Age tournament, but also at least 2, if not 3, fellowship awards. The people who won fellowship actually were the real winners of the event. They got, like, I think one of them got a factory set of Wheels of Vengeance and next phase. Like, I mean, and a bunch of other stuff. It was amazing. So, and they were really cool people. They were very, very much deserving. And so I wish I could remember their names. I apologize.
Person 1, person 2, and person 3.
I was so busy focused on the tournaments that I was, and just being completely wiped out from the heat that I was not paying that much attention.
Ooh, so what's the temperature out there?
It was the temperature was hot degrees. It was I think people were saying it was somewhere between 95 to 100.
Whew.
And it was with like 100% humidity. Like we were baking. Remember your event, Jeff, that was the complaints of it being too cold?
Yeah.
This was like the opposite. So apparently, Heroclix is now and to be played in extreme weather conditions.
It's an endurance sport.
Dude, so like it really hasn't been that cold in the warehouse since that weekend. Like it really hasn't. It's been nice lately. It's been a nice solid 70. It's perfect.
Yeah, that would have been amazing for this. But I know a lot of people were complaining about the heat, and I think they felt like their performance was hindered because of it, and I would believe that. I was after playing in the 3v3, I was really, really wiped out, and it was hard to recover.
So that reminds me of the day when we played in Bakersfield when I was playing the Mystiques, and it was like 99 degrees outside. Like there was no air in the. So the fan was in the loser section.
I like it hot, Jeff. I like it hot, and I was fine that day there.
Yeah.
I was dying. I thought I was actually going to pass out from heat stroke.
Dang. All right.
On Sunday morning. So.
Sounds like you all need to practice in the heat out here in the desert.
I was going to say better than hypothermia.
It was something else. So Friday was the 3v3.
All right. Here we go.
I was fortunate and, had some amazing teammates. And, kind of what had happened was Matt Esbrook had asked me to join him and Ed. And then, unfortunately, like the week before, Matt had to drop out. And so we were kind of left scrambling to find a teammate. And fortunately, we somehow managed to get Joe Alves, who is just phenomenal player, particularly, and we had him play detectives, and it just kind of worked perfect in the teams that Ed and I already had been thinking of playing, and everything kind of just came together really perfectly. We lost one game in the before the cut, and then I guess I could run through the teams that we played. So if you're not familiar, the format was a 3v3, 400-point modern extreme Highlander. meaning that not a single element could be used multiple times across any of those teams. And so
what about from outside the game?
Except from outside the game. So building three
so you could
different
have
teams
double soul swords, right?
So that's right. I was able to have some flexibility with the swords because those are assigned from outside the game. But honestly, most of the time I actually played Muramasa on Genesis and Soul Sword on APOC.
Okay.
And only very rarely switched that up. So my team was really focused on kind of built around Camo and giving him just a ton of rollouts. He is a beast. What a great piece that is. I think I probably was like not super optimistic about him when Notorious came out. I was very wrong.
Oh yeah, he's definitely a West Coast special.
I accept your apology.
Yeah, he's great. I'm a little bitter because I think he's like the only. I think I pulled like 2 of every other prime and I pulled 0 camo. So there's a little bit of bitterness there. But yeah, I mean, especially with Genesis and APOC and Wonder Woman, he is such a nightmare to deal with. And then Blackheart, the extra points allow you to have Blackheart and a Carnage Surfer, so you have some mobility and some follow up, and it was a really, really good team. I had some great help from Andrew and some other folks in kind of like getting the final details together, and Daredevil and Carnage were really great additions to it as well. The Traffic Barrel and Daredevil are such a pain to deal with.
Yeah, it is.
So they were great. Yeah, I tore through a lot of teams just like a knife through butter. So it was good. Ed played a pretty funny team. So at Adepticon, I'm totally forgetting his name. I think it was Matt something. Sorry, Matt. Bringing it up. I don't want to. Matt Reed. Sorry. Matt Reed kind of put together this Master Mold team. And Ed was very interested in building on that. And so the idea is you play a high point Master Mold, you crank up that Master Mold the factory dial as quickly as you can, and you just start spitting out Scott Porters, because White Shirt Scott Porter has all keywords, so he's able to be both a robot sentinel, and if you are able to crank it up even higher, you can pull out like Phoenix Sentinels, and you can pull out Nimrod Primes, and you can just you're just swarming the map with these crazy pieces that are generated from outside the game, most of which have tons of pulse wave, and in the meantime, while you're ramping up that dial, we added Kong to this team. Kong works really, really well because the team starts very small. For 400 points, having only 6 figures is not a lot, and so Kong is almost always going to get to buy a lot of time by double actioning. And then the other addition here was Jennifer Kale. Makes this team very hard to hit. Master Mold and Kong have 19 defenses, and then with Scott Porter, Black Shirt, those are 20. So they're pretty tough to kill while he's cranking up the dial. So
nice,
very cool. And then Joe, who's the expert at detectives, he just I said that I had some good games. None of them were like Joe. I was shocked at how well Joe did. Joe was like 400 to 0, 400 to 0, 400 to 0. I mean, Joe's back, I think, was pretty sore from carrying Ed and I most of the tournament. So his team was really great. He was kind of going back and forth on whether or not to play Penguin, turning him into a detective via Misty Knight. Now, because if you look at this and you see Penguin.
That's right. He gives the EE energy explosion, right?
That's right. Does. With knockback.
Yep, knockback. There you go.
Yeah. And so you give that to Hawkeye with the trick arrows. I mean, I think talking to him, I think people just didn't see it coming, and he was wiping out entire teams in like one turn.
Jeez. Yeah.
The other thing that was pretty cool is Owlman. I definitely was sleeping on this figure, but is very, very cheap source of crime syndicate team ability, which allows you to copy. You can copy it a bunch of times with like Shaggy and Penguin, some of the other wild players, and now they all have prob too.
Nice.
So you have tons of prob to make sure that your things succeed. Moriarty's great too. If he's a really good recent addition to Detective, because like you notice that we put Amit's Tomb on here. This team can crank Amit's Tomb to 8 very quickly, and that means, and now all of a sudden, if one of your players is like burying up and they use a stop sign, and it happens to be next to debris, well, even if, as long as it has a token, you can kill it with Moriarty, and then it can't come back. And if it happens to be next to debris, because your opponent might be trying to ramp up Amit's Tomb, now you get 10 points for killing that thing, and that's across the map. So now you're at an advantage. Your opponent has to come to you. So it creates some really interesting dynamics. And so, Joe keeps iterating on his detectives team. I thought this was a pretty powerful incarnation.
I like it. It is. It's definitely solid. Very
now
good.
Now we were just second place. Well, I was actually just as excited for the team that won, to be honest. Of all the teams to lose to, I was not at all upset to lose to some fellow West Coasters, the Greater Phoenix Nest.
Wow.
Team of Alyssa, Anthony, and Jose. They crushed it. A special kudos, especially to Alyssa, who actually did beat Joe in the finals. I wish I could see that game, because it must have been amazing.
For sure.
And so, I think Alyssa was also playing camo. It's still a very, very similar team to what I was playing, with a few changes here and there.
She looks 5 points under.
Yeah, is she missing? Huh, I don't know. Maybe she is 5.
Because you got the nifty traffic barrel over here.
Yeah.
I don't know. That's wild. All right. Yeah. So she got the camo unequipped, so he can go through all those nasty little killmongers. Wonder Woman Soul Sword gets a rollout. Carnage Silver Surfer gets a rollout. APOC gets a rollout. Genesis gets a rollout. Scott Porter gets to Pulse Wave you. Other Scott Porter got tons of rollouts, and the Daredevil's probably not going to die.
Does everyone on that team have an equipment on them?
Except for camo.
And Killmonger would love that team.
No,
dude. Camo's got a one-shot Killmonger.
He one-shots Killmonger. Yep.
Okay.
6. Done. Boom.
Yep.
Sad Killmonger.
Just remember, camo does 6 damage because he rolls Blades, Claws, Fangs.
Yeah. Inquisitor
Genesis
is a little
makes
more scary.
6.
But you just multi-target.
But honestly, and I think Alyssa had said the same, like, camo's great, but it's his little shark bystander that is really the MVP.
No, he is.
That piece is unbelievable.
Free little attacker.
Yeah.
11 attack. Too good.
Attacks twice a turn.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Dirty. All right, Mr. Baragon, continuing on with his mystical theme team. If it ain't broke, don't fix it, right?
Yep.
And I think he won every single game. He was just, he and Alyssa, I think, won every single game. I think they were top seed going in to the finals too. So,
dude, that's impressive. What seed? Do you know what seed you guys were?
I think we were 3rd.
Okay. Spooderman. All right. So he went Avengers. Hawkeye, Trick Arrows, Spider-Man, Wong, Miss Marvel combo, always good with Spider-Man. Yeah, I like this Wong. I've been playing around with an Avengers team for Modern with him. Kind of similar. And then this one makes everyone wild card. What's he wild carding? Shield.
So what I really like about this, and I think Joe's doing this on a later in his silver team, I love the Ant-Man plus Hawkeye plus Trick Arrows, because remember making Hawkeye and Hawkeye giant allows them to see over, but when you do the Trick Arrows and you pop out the big, and you do a quake, now you're quaking as if you're giant.
That's cute.
Pretty awesome.
That's pretty cute. I like it. It's a good trick.
Yeah. So that I thought that was great.
Nice. Cube. Okay. Nice. Maybe he's wildcarding super senses then.
I think because I played against Jose. He pretty much. I think he was wildcarding super senses. Yeah.
Okay. That's not bad.
You know, this is a good team, but I think the camo team just kind of runs it over because it's just so squishy. You get one shot against them, but you really like they could make an attack against the camo team, but like it's really hard to kill any of those pieces. And
I was like, camo just one shots everything on this team.
He one shots everything. Yeah.
Maybe not Spider-Man, but he maims him pretty hard because he'll take the knockback too, right, from the super strength.
Well, the great thing about camo is the triple targets, right? So you attack Spider-Man and something else, and so if Spider-Man hits his rollout,
you just go somewhere else.
Attack the other thing, but if he misses his rollout, Spider-Man's screwed.
Because 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 knockback, he'll be on last click.
Yeah,
and then Sharky Boy comes in.
But you could outwit the super senses at that point.
Yeah,
true.
Or you just pulse wave. Porter.
Nice. Fun. All right. And let's not forget about our third place friend, Easton Brock.
So still trying to compile some of the other teams. Easton played with Jay Major and Jalen Major.
Yep.
But I don't have all the teams there yet. So
nice. Okay. So it's Spider-Man, Hawkeye. Okay. Nice. And we have
competition. I think it's probably worth just kind of moving on.
Okay.
There's a lot to cover still, but go West Coast.
Yeah, represent.
West is best.
Mm-hmm.
So Saturday was the Scott Porter versus the World event, where it was the sealed tournament of which Scott almost 140 people that showed up for this. This was the event that Deadpool and Weapon X debuted.
Yeah,
and there were so many people that showed up, they were only able to give one booster from Deadpool Weapon X to everybody.
Ooh.
Wow.
Ultra Booster came from Next Phase. They also had a rule in place where if you did not like your Next Phase booster, you could do a mulligan, buy a new booster, and play that instead, and you could do that twice.
Okay.
I was very wiped out from the previous day. My booster was pretty bad. I was not terribly enthusiastic, and so I tried to just be a trooper and play. But there were 2 Phoenix Wolverine chases that were pulled.
Oh, geez.
There were numerous, rare Moon Knights.
That guy sucks to try and kill.
And, but so it was very much a feast or famine. Like if you pulled one of these pieces, you're in really great shape. And if you didn't, you're going to struggle. I know there were at least 2 Rogue Primes that were pulled.
Okay.
And she's very, very strong. So just like trying to take down these tent poles, like Next Phase just doesn't give you a lot to be able to take down some of these tent poles. So.
Unless you're Moon Knighting it up in the same, like.
I don't remember who won, but Lucas did very, very well here because he had Moon Knight with Trick Arrows. So
he pulled Moon Knight trick arrows in the same booster.
Yes.
Damn, that's wild.
Yes. So, yeah. Deadpool looks like it's going to be a really fun set. I can't wait. I'm very much over next phase. I'll have been for a while, and you know, Deadpool is going to be much more fun. There were a lot of chases that were pulled. Honestly, the only thing that I saw that was like egregiously, difficult to take down was the Wolverine chase. And so, your typical sealed event where there aren't 140 people, it's unlikely that is going to be pulled in, multitude. And so, I think the event's going to be a lot of fun. The other chases did not do nearly so well. The only other thing would be the Rogue Prime. Alyssa pulled a Colossus Prime. I thought she was going to be in great shape. That piece is crazy good, too.
Doesn't he have like a defend of 19?
20.
Defend 20?
Yeah, so let's just look at this. I think this is the Phoenix Wolverine you were talking about, right?
Yep, that's it.
Dude, Hyper 11. Okay, so he doesn't have a range.
5. Lovely.
But 13 for 5. Oh.
3
Flurry.
stop clicks.
Giant Reach 2, so it's darn near the whole board.
Ignores characters for movement, and then poison and can deal it even after he moves, right? So he's just doing all this free damage. If you punch him, he gets to regen as free. He's just constantly healing.
Yeah. But he only gets to stop click once.
Yeah, but it didn't matter because I think he just is like
keeps healing up,
mowing people down so quickly. It's because a lot of the figures, especially in next phase, like 5 damage kills them.
It does.
Oof. I like the zombie one. The zombie one I thought was cool.
Okay.
The fact that they decided to bring back the old
Z virus.
Was the deceased type trait from last set. That was cool.
Yep.
Though he has a 2-speed with fucking
sidestep. And a 15 defense. It's
like, hey, look, guys.
Yeah, by the time you've worn him down to click 7, the zombie only has like a foot and a torso, right?
Yeah. He's got a 3-speed hypersonic speed. Yes.
Solid, bro. 14 attack though.
Woo.
You said Colossus Prime?
Colossus.
Oh, jeez.
Oh.
Dang, a lot of super strength. I like it.
Yeah, I think Colossus Prime is definitely going to find some homes. Find a home on some of these defense shell teams, perhaps in bronze or silver.
Gotta find a way to give him defend, is what it sounds like.
He has defend.
No,
he doesn't. Does he not?
Where?
No, he doesn't have defend. Why
the regular one has defend.
Oh, the regular one has defend. Thanks. And he has a 19 defense.
100 points though. That's pricey.
He's too expensive. But yeah, you just give him the card. You give the other one the card or shield.
He's protected, outwit, and pulse wave. The other one.
Yeah.
I think it's just the defense is protected.
Who cares? That means he never takes damage from pulse wave. Scott Porter can go jog on.
That's fair. I'll give it to you. All right. And then the 4th day of the event, correct?
Yeah. And so then the final day, it was the Silver Age World Championship. This was a pretty long day. I think everybody was feeling pretty wiped out. I think the TLDR, you can look at all the teams. I think there's the top 32 or 16. I can't remember what I added. Maybe 16.
Looks like 16.
Oh, no, that's 32, I think.
Is it?
Looks. Yeah. So a lot of teams. There's at least 3 or 4 teams that are very, very similar, playing the team that Lucas won it with, which is basically a tri-sentinel team with both Blackhearts
Amat's Tomb
and Amit's Tomb. Yeah, it's. I think if you get a chance, watch the finals. So Joe Alves also made it to the finals. So he took second place. So again, Joe, what an amazing player! Took second in 2v2 or 3v3. Took second in singles. He was also doing very, very well in the modern or in the Scott Porter versus the World event too. Like he hit a phenomenal weekend. So his team, if you watch the finals, it's pretty crazy. He runs Spider-Man over, kills like a Tri-Sentinel a Wendigo. Seems like he's doing well up on points. Lucas, Pulse Wave, and basically other than the Pulse Wave, didn't roll a single attack roll and completely destroyed Spider-Man. One click from click 1 to dead, just by the Pulse Wave and then destroying blocking terrain around Spider-Man.
Wow.
So that'll do that.
And I think that Lucas ran the house the whole day, and it was no surprise that he ended up winning. Very strong team. I think there's a lot of people who feel like Silver is solved at this point because of this team, but clearly Joe did very, very well.
But I do like the swappy swap that Josafa has going on with his Avengers team. Looks like he's doing some cool stuff. Got the double swap so he can get both out. Yeah,
he's basically allows
arms.
To play a 400-point modern team.
But I like the emo mod. That's a solid call. Wall to arms is a good call. Extra free attack, like that was one of the more popular equipments back in the day. So like he's using the good tech from the past. I like it. Yeah. Easton is playing the same team as Lucas.
They ended up fighting each other, and I think they ended up just doing a roll off because they realized like whoever goes first will win.
Well, okay,
makes sense.
So
respect.
Lucas did win the gripping roll off.
So, but that just puts Easton where he always is. The groomsman, never the groom.
Yeah.
Let's see. Scott Crampton playing some defense shell stuff. Kongi, okay. Wakanda or what? Wanda Maximoff giving that 20D out.
Yeah.
Anthony Baragon banging out his mystical team. Looks to be the same plus
Wendigo
Agatha.
Bomb.
Yeah, Wendigo Bomb plus Agatha.
Yep.
Did he call it Wendigo Bomb?
Michael
This
Nelson.
was pretty interesting. We haven't seen it much like this before.
So I like Beast. This is the regular man thing for next phase. Interesting. Okay. Poison, super strength.
So this man thing, I definitely was sleeping on it. This thing is has proven to be one of the best super rares from next phase set, because what people have been doing.
One of the ones I don't have. Better rub it in, Clay.
Yeah, the price on it's been just through the roof. I don't see how. I guess I didn't play this team. I don't know how this works, but I've seen some other teams where they play this man thing plus Captain Carter's shield on Elsa Prime. Then use her free action to move Captain Carter's shield to Man Thing, because he's a giant, so you can't start off with Carter's shield. But now you get this whopping 19 defense with Kale. It also combos extremely well with Jennifer Kale.
Ooh, I like the Sage. Sorry, I remember this one being good. You limit them for. They only can use Outwit once, Perplex once, Prob once. Like that is
dirty,
disgusting.
Yeah, that's a really cool.
I remember her. Oh dang, who was it that played her?
Julio loves this piece.
Was it Julio? Okay, yeah, dude, it was annoying. Double Ivy. Okay. Oh, this is the Iconics one. I haven't even looked at her.
So he's manipulating the plant terrain markers with this one.
Yeah,
because it gives Man Thing more poofing power.
Yes.
Okay.
But now, I guess Yeah, she's not on here, but if you look at Jennifer Kale, she says, when Jennifer Kale would be hit, you may place a friendly character with Man-Thing in its name in an adjacent square, and it becomes the hit target of the attack instead. So this Man-Thing is like the best buddy of Jennifer Kale, who's like the linchpin of modern defense shells, and it really gives her the survivability that she has been lacking.
No, for sure.
And he's really affordable, 55, and he is, I mean, charge invincible steel energy with those combat values is
that's dirty.
Cool.
And he's the legacy one, isn't he?
This is this main set opposite of the Prime.
The regular one.
Yeah,
but the Prime is far worse. The non-Prime is the much better piece.
Dude, I feel like I've never even seen this figure. Like I have 2 Primes sitting on the shelf at the shop, but like no one's ever pulled him in all the cases we've opened. He's super rare. I
didn't pull one either. Yeah, and his value I think is reflecting that rarity too. So
it's just another Kevin incident. Maybe he hangs out in every pack with Kevin.
Maybe he's with the Kevins. Yeah. So I don't know.
Kevin. All right. 7, dude. So 6th place for this team. Like he's playing Harley Quinn, Poison Ivy, Iconics. Like that's Beast Supreme, Man-Thing. Like this. Much kudos to Michael Nelson. Like this is a sick ass team for 6th place. Like compared to what everyone else is playing.
Yep.
Like this guy rocked it. Good for you.
And there's very silvery.
But just the figure he's playing, like no one's playing this stuff, right? It's different. All right, let's see what Justin Roberts is playing. Playing the same shit everyone else is.
A dual Tri-Sentinel team.
And the WWE ring. Kudos to you, sir.
You just want access to those powers.
I don't see any pickup power, do you?
I don't know.
Where's Jakeem? I want to see someone play Jakeem. And this is the guy from Mexico, right? Saul?
Yeah, he's our the world champ of
2 years ago.
2?
Yeah. And he's playing looks like he's playing pretty much close to Anthony's team. No, except for he's not playing all the Wendigos. He's put Blackheart instead.
Yeah, so what people have found to be very effective is playing the Rise and Fall Blackheart with Chthon.
Dude, don't give me...
Because then he can just they can just take an action, hit their stop click, pop out a guard, and then they can...
Dude,
they don't have to be dependent upon hitting the leadership.
Pat and I have been on this Blackheart forever. Like we ran this guy for double 2 of them, wrecked everybody for the longest time. I'm glad to see people are finally appreciating him again because no one else would play him. It was like a West Coast thing.
So click on the little button that you see in the middle of the screen, and that'll show you the meta for the tournament.
I love it. Oh wow, Scott Porter, number 1.
Why am I not surprised?
So there you go, Blackheart clocking in at number
13 teams. Jeez.
See, but there's a specific way you have to play him to make him good. So
Power Stone.
No.
I think the trick arrows were the way to go.
Yeah.
No, you attack with the demons. You don't attack with him. Charge flurry, baby. Let's go. When you have like 3 demons coming at you, 6 attacks, it's a lot.
You have to make his damage penetrating somehow.
He deals penetrating damage.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
And the demons have exploit.
Oh, good.
So you gotta play 2. Dude, was it Highlander? They couldn't play 2?
Yeah, it was thinking. This was not the theme one. This is the other one.
No, I'm saying play 2. Play 2. It's good. And now with the other Blackheart that gives you reach, it's a lot.
So yeah, I think the tournament kind of wrapped up with a lot of discussion around what is next on the ban list. A lot of question whether or not that should be Tri-Sentinel. Should this be Amit's Tomb? Certainly one of the problems with the mystery cards is that they're clearly tuned for 300 points and not 400 points. And so having an extra 100 points to like unlock some of these things, particularly Amit's Tomb, is pretty broken.
I would just say in the 400 format, you don't need mystery cards.
Yeah.
Like you change. They changed the rules of Heroclix for mission points. Right?
Yep.
Instead of that, like they're playing with Heroclix, they're not playing Heroclix. So at this point, just take it away.
I'm sure changes will be coming, but I don't know exactly what they'll land on. So
yeah, like with 3 Tri-Sentinels, like that's just easy 6 sidestep, shoot, boom, 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 without even breaking first turn immunity. Just stay in the same square.
Thanks for the extra 10 points every time I kill someone.
Yeah.
So that kind of wraps up Silver for the time being. And now all attention is on Modern as we move towards the big conventions for the summer and culminating in Worlds in September.
And you guys are going to a big Modern event this weekend in SoCal, if I remember correctly.
Right.
That's right.
Over at our sister store, Majestix SoCal.
That's right. So, I'm very excited to play.
You got some new crazy tech for us, Clay?
I don't have anything new. I'm probably going to play the double Kong team that I tried a month ago and failed miserably at, but which Andrew succeeded so well with.
So is Andrew going to come play too?
I don't know. I would hope Andrew will come. I haven't had a chance to connect with him since I got back. I think he did get a new puppy, so we'll see if that.
Nice. Okay. Aww. What type? Do you know what type of puppy?
I don't know. He sent me a photo and I could not tell.
I need details, Clay. I need details.
I know. Me too.
Explode.
I'm looking to have a puppy.
We're losing our female listeners right now because you're not telling us about puppies.
Come on.
The whole 5 of them, okay? That's right. I'm talking to you, Jackson.
Cole Smith. Full name. Well, so besides the double Kong team for Modern, like the 400-point Modern format obviously offset it a little bit. Do you think things from that format will translate over minus 100 points, obviously, to the event you're going to see this weekend? Do you think some of that stuff is comparable to a 300-point format, or is that 400-point format kind of like it's a different beast?
I think the two kind of archetypes that I've seen out, at least out on the West Coast, seem to be the heavy Kong, and then the heavy rollouts team. I don't know if it necessarily has camo, but just the APOC Genesis, Wonder Woman combo is.
So that's like a 200-point framework from what I figured out what you're talking about, because it's 40 points for APOC, 40 points for Genesis. You're at 80. You got 50 points in Porters. You give a free Sinestro ring, and if you want to be cute, you throw a Warlock on our boy. So you're at 60 plus 80, 140.
Wonder Woman, yeah.
And then Wonder Woman with a sword, right? So that's your basic 200 points, and you build out the other 100 point what you want.
Yep.
The other stuff I've kind of been seeing, like you talked about with the Blackheart, is the Porters, Sinestro Core ring. You got Blackheart with the Blue Lantern, and then Kong, and then you kind of fill out the rest of your 150-ish points there. And then the other one is the Porters. Everyone's building a 250 point team.
Yeah.
And then you have the extra 80 points is the Masters of Evil. Do you think Masters of Evil is still even relevant?
I think far less so. I don't think it's completely irrelevant, but I think Kong makes it far less effective. He doesn't care about King Killmonger.
Nope.
And a lot of the time he doesn't care about Iron Inquisitor either.
Because he just doesn't deal damage, right?
Because he can quake and target everybody, and you can't master
targets
longer.
Right.
He
That's
prevents,
true. Okay, yeah, no.
So being able to see and hit everybody
doesn't matter.
Really and not getting the Killmonger rollout. Really, it's really put a crimp on Masters of Evil. If I were to, my other takeaway from the Heroclix for Huntingtons, if you look outside the meta, if you look outside of the West Coast meta, Hawkeye, very strong.
It's running shit.
Very popular. And Spider-Man Prime is still very good, very popular.
He's been in my wheelhouse of trying to make stuff work. Like him with Miss Marvel, with probably like the Blue Lantern ring is really good. Like he's gonna do a lot of damage. She's gonna come back and smack real hard. Like it's a solid investment of 130, 140 points.
Yep.
Give him a free symbiote.
Now, the question is, has the meta changed in the last month? And there haven't been a whole lot of releases, but if you go to the meta page, there are a couple of new units that I think are worth bringing up.
I think I can name at least two of them.
Who are the two units, Pat?
Mern, probably, and Butterfly.
Lucas PJ Scott.
Yeah,
I guess
top yet.
I don't know. Has anyone really got the PJ Scott, the Three Stooges pug yet?
Those of us who went to Heroclix for Huntingtons.
Hey, if mine come in the mail in the next 3 days, you won't be the only one that has it. I'm pretty sure
between all of the people who the success of myself and the the Greater Phoenix Nest team, there's probably a good 20 pogs in the West Coast. And Jackson probably walked away. They were giving one away at every single battle royale, so
nice.
There were a lot that were given out.
So what I'm hearing is don't rely on Pulse Wave this Saturday.
Are they modern legal? They shouldn't be modern legal yet. They shouldn't be modern legal until the 7th of June because they're con exclusive.
Okay. So maybe that's worth clarifying. That seems right to me. Maybe that's worth clarifying with Alyssa. But
there's being right and there's being
wrong. We talked about this in the last show, didn't we? What this pog does? Didn't we talk about it briefly? I thought we did, but
remind
me. For those who, since we clearly can't remember, let's assume our listeners can't remember either. So we'll what does Lucas, PJ, and Scott do? Well, they are 5 points. They have sidestep, empower, toughness, but more importantly, they have a trait that says they and adjacent friendly characters' powers have protected pulse wave, and that itself is also protected pulse wave.
Yep.
So basically, they, the winners from the previous Heroclix for Huntington's event built an anti-Scott Porter piece.
Yep. That's good for 3 things: protection from pulse wave, empower, and they could break walls because you forgot to say that they have a range value.
Oh yes, a range value and a 3 damage. So
yeah, they can break walls.
Solid. And how many points? Survey says 5. That's pretty friggin' good.
They are mystical. They are mystical and warrior. So they are
podcaster.
And podcaster.
One day the 3 of us will get our own pog.
Hey, Clay.
Yeah.
The lettering is really bad. I can't see their name very well. Here, I'll share my screen.
Sure, yeah.
I always feel bad that I'm poking things at you about your website when we do this. But do you see the lettering, PJ and Scott? Like it seems a little off.
That's
white.
Totally weird. All right, yeah. Thanks for letting me know. It's funny. I was sitting there staring at it on my screen, and I did not see that.
Dude, it drives me crazy that I notice all this stuff. Like I wish I didn't sometimes.
I did.
My life would be so much more happier.
That's funny. All right. Well, I was playing. I was playing with the card layout a lot this past week. So, but I can talk about that after.
Yeah, like Genesis. Genesis is fine. She looks great. Carnage Surfer, homeboy, right? BJ Scott, not so good. Wong, solid. So Wong has moved down. But I feel like he's moved up because I haven't seen him.
He moved up a lot in the last month. Yeah.
I haven't seen him on top 10. Hawkeye and Hawkeye.
The other one that we should talk about that is new to the meta is Mern.
My new best friend.
Pat, why don't you tell us about Mern? You're the one who's super excited.
Come on, Boothie.
All right.
You got a big old boner for this boy.
I wouldn't say that on public access here. So Mern is cool in the sense that he provides a counter to a current dilemma in the environment, and the current dilemma in the environment is lots and lots of barrier. What Mern pretty much says, and I'll read him directly for you. When a friendly character attacks, if a line of fire drawn to an opposing character that shares a keyword with Mern would be blocked, instead, it isn't, and the target modifies the defense by +1. Opposing characters within range can't positively modify their combat values. So what you do with Mern is give him keywords if you can. If you have a way of cheating keywords onto him, right, it increases the amount of targets that cannot have lines of fire to them blocked. Now, the key thing to remember with this is it didn't say range attacks. It just said attacks. So you could do this with Kong or anyone with a giant reach. So Mr. Fantastic, who has the 10 giant reach, whatever, right? It also didn't specify how line of fire is blocked. It just says if line of fire is blocked. So, oh no, I'm on a map with lots of walls. I don't care. The walls don't exist because the walls will block line of fire from point A.
Does he say F Black Lantern Batman?
He does. I was going to get to that. Thank you for getting to it. Right? He says F Batman because not so many people are playing him anyway. But the key thing with him is that he gets around the barrier trick. It's like someone that's like, oh, I brought 5 lanterns and here's 5 stop signs. I don't care.
Sorry, Adam.
Yeah.
It was a personal attack.
Yeah. The other things that are really cool about him, he brings leadership to the team, which is always good. It's hard to find. And the funny thing is, there's an actual ruling that may not need to be made for him, is because he says opposing characters within range can't positively modify their defense. Well, if I'm already minusing, can they positively increase, right, to hit equal? So if their defense is an 18 and I reduce them by 1 because I have PD to a 17, can they use a perplex to bring their 17 back up to an 18?
Doesn't that what Jennifer Kale says? You can't positively modify your combat values?
No,
correct, but
she says you can't modify.
Okay, you're right.
Yeah.
No, it's demon and armor, correct?
Yes, and so can't positively modify it is much better than just can't modify.
Correct.
So I would rule it as any positive modifiers that go towards your figure are not included in the modification of the combat value. Any negative modifiers would be accounted.
Yes. So the way that I read it is a little differently, is that technically a modification is neither positive nor negative unless it affects the actual number in that direction, right? So if I can get myself back to an 18, all I did was stabilize my number. I did not positively increase it to a 19.
You did, right? Because there's different So I'm going to argue with you because there's different modifiers happening. There's pluses and minuses.
Yes.
So to come to your conclusion of your combat value, you have to add the pluses and minuses. So all the pluses are positively modifying, right? That's what plus means, add, right? So you can't have the adding. You can't add anything.
Yeah,
any of those positives are neutralized.
They're applied individually, not as a sum.
Mm-hmm.
And so you have to evaluate each one individually, and Mern would affect each one individually. Thus, you can negatively modify it, but you can never positively modify. So even if you have -2 and +2, you're actually -2.
I'm trying to balance this guy out. If you want to make him stronger, be my guest. I will go with your ruling.
No, I'm 99% sure that's how he should be played. how he's worded.
Yeah. Because technically, if someone would shoot and
Because it's
he's
phrased
within
the same
4
way as
squares of the target, they get no positives from his first trait, right? Or the first part of his first trait. They get
But
a
you got to have him
negative
within
from
4, right?
What?
Got to have him within 4.
Yes, you have to have him within 4, right? They get a minus because of his PD, right? So you cheated the walls in on the map to give him a minus 1.
So PD, yeah, because it just has to be within line of fire, right? So he can see through everything.
Yeah.
If they share a keyword, which everyone's monster,
The only keyword
everyone's animal,
like this guy
Cosmic,
needed
Soul,
to catch everything was like mystical, right? If you can find a way to give this guy mystical, he'll catch he'll go from catching
Oh, dude, if you could
80%
give
of the figures
mystical
to 95.
if you give mystical to things, like you're opening a can of worms that it's gonna break the game. Like if you
Yeah.
can give mystical to things, that's stupid.
You just need to be able to give the keyword, right? Because the only characters that he doesn't catch, to my knowledge right now, is go 2x2, 2x1 Ghost Rider. The I can when you say I can't, right? He doesn't get Prime Spidey.
Yep.
Right. Those are the 2 big ones that I've noticed, and most people are going well, he does also get X-Men. Well, technically he can if you put him on a team with Genesis and/or Apocalypse.
I don't even know if you can. You can't even do it with lanterns because it's all cosmic. No one has mystics. I'm trying to think. Bronze here, but yeah, I don't know. I don't know how to give mystics, dude. That's really hard.
I thought there was a guy that gave mystical as a keyword.
I don't know how. I think the only thing that comes to mind is what is it? The Mr. Sinister. Doesn't that work?
I don't know if Mr. Sinister had mystical to give, right?
Is it Mr. Sinister or is it Mr. Sinister? Rise and Fall, right? You don't have. See, so how do you give him mystics or what do you call it? Deathstroke.
Oh yeah. So you're right. Mr. Sinister doesn't work.
And he has all of Deathstroke's keywords already: Spy, Soldier, Monster.
Beast Boy, no.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know of a way to give mystical.
Our listeners, please help us. If you can think of a way to give mystical, you can come on and talk to us.
Yeah, because it'll break the game at that point.
That's dumb.
Yeah, I mean, unless you can find a way to give him Scientist. So if you can give
Scientists can give out from Spider-Man family.
No, Scientist turns Spider-Man family to.
Oh, you're right.
Yeah.
Yeah, Scientist to Spider-Man family.
Yeah, because Prime Spider-Man would need you'd have to get him. You need Scientist Reporter or Spider-Man family or Avengers, right? I don't know anyone that gives out Avengers.
Steve Rogers, if you're 50 points or less.
I thought he does. Okay, so Steve Rogers.
But when he does, you lose all your other keywords.
They don't want to do that.
It's probably bad.
You need the old Legion of Superhero ability where it was you just gave them the keyword.
So I will say, I've had multiple people ask me already, will HCunits do keyword search inversion, i.e., what are all the units that don't have these keywords?
Wow.
That's hardcore.
I actually had a really good suggestion for you for HCunits, and it may do it already, and I just don't know how to do it. I want to be able to duplicate the team that I already have, and so I can make changes to it for updates.
Done.
You can copy a team.
Go to existing. We can look at this Black Lantern team. That's fine. So you go to more options, copy team, creates a new URL.
No.
and you have a carbon copy of your team, and you can do
Look at
whatever
that.
you want.
Look at that. I already solved my dilemma. You're already ahead of the game.
So, what do you guys think of my modern Black Lantern team? Is it bad?
You don't have a black shirt. You don't have black suit Superman on your sideline for some reason.
I'd have to roll a 6.
You have 2 extra spaces. Why the hell is it not there?
Sure.
I'm just
Sure.
Am I wrong?
I'm gonna forget. Like realistically, I know I'm not gonna remember.
But you get to have Urinal Superman on your team.
Where's he at? Where's this?
Right there.
But yeah, it's a 6 or plus, right? So I have to roll.
When a character of him dies after resolution, if Superman's on your sideline, give him a resurrection token, roll a d6, adding the number of resurrection. Yeah. So you need a 5+.
Okay.
Because you get the 1 token and then you roll just like what's his face before.
Sure.
Destroyer.
There you go. That works. That's cute.
I like
Take
the
it
use
one
of
shot.
the new Herald, the new avatars. That's pretty cool with the Herald keyword. I just think Superman's way too expensive. He just doesn't work.
No.
He's the leadership.
I know he's the leadership. I still don't think he works.
So I remember seeing Roland posted Nick one with Black Lanterns.
He did.
Was it like this or was it different? What was he playing?
Very similar. You are missing a Miss Marvel to make it work.
So then I have to drop Superman, no?
No, because he had like Miss Marvel, the Batman, that was like 1 unit.
Okay, so he didn't play Liza and the
Correct.
Bucky arm.
I guess so, sure.
I think that's the easiest 50 points.
That probably would make sense.
Okay. So he carries her out, then she flurries. That's cool.
Yeah, because Miss
cute.
And I think that gives his team either perplex or prob because she didn't have the keyword.
No, for sure. It gives him plex. That's cute. Okay, I like it. See, I went a little more defensive.
What is your keyword drop down? It's monster, right?
Monster. Herald monster.
Herald. I think the way to make Black Lanterns work is to play it as monster.
But then guess what? Scott Porter can't heal nobody.
But
can't heal anybody.
Only one Scott Porter. But you still have. But now you have Necron and you have regular Scott Porter who can heal, or White Shirt. So you still have 2 healers.
So why would monster be better?
Because you can find another leadership.
You only have the 25 points to mess with, assuming you drop White Shirt, right?
You drop Superman.
But Superman is the guy that sits back there and keeps building up, and then he comes in and he'll just destroy anything.
Dude, Superman should heal up in like a
turn. Yeah. So, but you use Batman and Miss Marvel to beat up things, right? Yeah. And then Superman is your turn 2, turn 3, turn 4 potential.
All right, sure.
Yeah.
Look, I don't have any. I've never played the team. All I know is I've Nick excluded. I haven't heard of anyone else winning with Black Lanterns, and everybody else that I've talked to says that Superman's bad, and he's
I hear you.
With the team. So
what would you replace for Superman then instead?
I would probably play multiple Necron, Batman, or Ms. Marvels, or Wonder Woman. Wonder Woman is also a pretty good play.
Okay. 45 points, charge, blades.
If you play if you play it as monster, you can or even Herald, there are much better leadership options, right?
Okay. I'll look at it.
Yeah.
It was just kind of like a fun team to try something different. I didn't think this was gonna win. I don't want to say a WKO because those don't exist anymore, but like a big event. Burn, right?
Sick burn. We need a soundboard. Burn.
Dude, I miss my little road setup.
I mean, they're a decent play against Kong.
Yeah.
I don't know, maybe this is also a tip that's useful to the listener. When Batman puts them in the grave terrain markers, it blocks. How is it worded? It's like it turns hindered into blocked or something like that.
Lines of fire aren't hindered; they're blocked.
Yeah. So that also applies to giant reach, and so you can only actually target them when you're adjacent to them, not 2 or 3 squares away.
Correct, because giant reach gives you improved targeting through hindering, not through blocking.
Unless you have Mern.
Unless you have Mern.
But so Superman could run through blocking and hide in
what
it.
What were Mern's keywords? Was Mern a monster?
He's
right?
monster.
Hey, look at there you go. You got a really good piece to play on this team to replace Superman now.
Oh. There you go.
I'll say this way: if you want to replace Superman, the one figure I was always dicking around with was the Black Lantern Green Arrow.
I liked him. I also liked Martian.
Right, because Black Lantern and Green Arrow, at least you could attach a sword onto him that says, when I roll my blades, if I roll a 1 through 3, you don't get defense powers or no stop clicks, right? You pick one of the swords.
I mean, I would probably play multiple Ms. Marvels before those. I think she's probably your best Black Lantern.
Well, my point is, it's like you could have a Ms. Marvel and a Green Arrow for those.
But you can have 2 Ms. Marvels and no Green Arrow.
He already has a Ms. Marvel on the team.
You can have 2.
Why would you need 3?
Superman's got to go.
And now you have 120 points left. Why would I want 3 Ms. Marvel? If you do Mern, he'll help you with anyone that's for attacking those. So you need someone with like reach or a shooter to really make him work.
Necron got range.
Yeah, but that's like mad late though. I don't think that would be super effective for you. If you did, like, that's why I was saying, like, if you did Arrow would benefit from him, but you don't have to, right? Or you do it, Clay's saying do a second Ms. Marvel and then determine what you want those.
I would say play like.
So you still do it like this.
Yeah, that's what I was saying before.
I would say 20 points to play Ms. Marvels and do Batman. And then you put Muramasa on Batman.
It's a thing.
Or you could put the blue ring on Ms. Marvel.
You still got to pay for it.
You have to pay for it, but you have 20 points.
So you said Muramasa?
Or Trick Arrow on one of them, yeah.
Oh, Trick Arrow! Oh my God.
The whole idea is that you're alpha striking across the map with the Batman and the Ms. Marvel.
Yeah.
Other one.
Getting tons of attacks. And so that's why like Muramasa with Flurry is like so damn good, right?
But because she has some power.
The problem is Muramasa's far better on, like a Genesis team.
Yeah, no, I hear you. That's Batman's been on the radar for that one. Marvel. So we got 50 points to play with.
You could do a Mern if you really wanted to help out Green Arrow. You could do a 40-point character.
Yeah, because you need leadership, right? So
yeah, Mern gives you leadership.
Yeah, so you need Mern. Yeah.
Mern.
I don't like Green Arrow, but yeah.
I mean, try him out and then see if you like it.
So what would your other 50 points be then?
You do a second Ms. Marvel at that point instead of the Green Arrow.
It's probably better. And just have Batman poured over.
Yeah. Do it that way.
So TK out Necron.
As many Batmans as you want, right? And they're getting Flurry.
But it's probably better than.
Ms. Marvel also has Flurry, right?
Yeah. I think it would be better for her because that gives you extra empowers.
That's what I was thinking. But then the Muramasa is pointless if you're going to use the empower.
True.
I think the goal is you just want to hit with Muramasa and then you bring everybody else to start pounding.
I mean, you could drop the
Follow up, right? You use Muramasa to cancel the defense powers.
Well, you could use the Muramasa on the first swing, and then the second swing just make a basic attack.
That's fair. Depending on So fucking monster theme team.
And then you could add back Khonshu onto someone.
The only problem is, so the two Ms. Marvels I think are great because you don't really want to heal Batman.
No, you don't, because then he loses his.
Could you put one of the Muramasa blades on the second Miss Marvel and then put Khonshu on Batman?
That's true. Yeah, put Muramasa on Ms. Marvel and then you get Khonshu for free on Batman.
Yeah.
Yeah, and that solves your prop control problem that you often have with Black Lanterns.
Oh, there we go. Took me a little while to figure out and if Lines of Fire would be blind. Oh, it's only to opposing characters, not to friendly. So
and now be careful. Now since you put Khonshu on Batman, he can heal because he still has stealth.
Yes, that's good.
Khonshu. Well, he had stealth anyway because of Batman, but whatever.
Look at that. We just built a monster theme team / Black Lantern.
Quite the tangent that we just went on, but
sometimes the tangents are great, right?
Too funny. All right. Well, dude, that was a lot of fun.
Productive.
All right. Well, I think next time we'll look over the Deadpool set and get you guys ready for your pre-release, which is, what did I say, June 12th? And then the set drops on the 26th. Yep. June 12th is pre-release, and June 26th, the set drops.
I can't wait.
Don't forget those chase boosters.
I am excited for this set, but at the same time, after next phase, I'll take anything, to be honest. Right?
Like the bad taste of no Kevins, the errors on the figures and cards. Like
there's errors in these figures and cards, and there's dice missing, so that's huge.
It's a whole other conversation for next time.
So Jeff, I know you're trying to wrap up. Can you give me 5 more minutes?
I can do that.
All right. So I wanted to talk just briefly about a couple of the changes that I've made on HCunits that I'm proud about. So first of all, you actually had, if you were looking at it tonight, you probably saw it, but didn't necessarily actually see it. But I've made a significant number of improvements to the graphics of the image itself. And you can really tell. So previously, it's funny little subtle things, but it looks much more like the card itself. So I've cleaned up some of the fonts, and you really see it when you zoom way into the image, which is really important on mobile. So you can see like it's much more crisp and clear.
The text and everything, those vectors are looking real good.
But also now subtle little things like the graphic in the upper right hand corner, the background behind the card itself. Yep, it looks much more like the actual card itself. And this is actually thanks to, I've been partnering with Clicksmaker.com, who is a fantastic resource for making custom units. And they did a phenomenal job with the graphics, and we've been sharing tips on how to make it look really good. If you like custom units and you haven't checked, you should check out Clicksmaker.com. Their result is really, really nice. The UI looks a little wonky at first. It doesn't look like it would be high quality, but if you actually go and render out, look at the rendered results. So first go to the top here.
Nice.
And click on the new card style. And then you can see kind of it's using some of the same graphics.
Nice.
So,
Very cool.
Very cool. I like it.
It's a fun site to play with. Their result is really good. So, and so on that same note of custom units, I also overhauled the custom unit builder within HCunits now. So if you do build custom unit and you click the big red plus button, oh no, it's broken. I must have broken it. All right. Well, to be,
I'll let that part out for you, Clay. Don't worry.
well, I don't know what I did wrong, but I'll have to go and fix that. And I guess we can talk about custom units.
Dude, don't feel bad. It happens to most guys at a certain age.
Wow. Wow.
Hey, don't worry. I'll edit this all out. I just get to make fun of Clay.
Well, I guess we'll have to save it for next time then. So
that's what she said.
Poor bastard. Be nice to Clay.
I'm sorry, Clay. I'm sorry.
No, it's good. I always love breaking my stuff live. It's always good.
Dude, we're not live. I can edit this all out, please. Trust me, I edit out a lot of stupid things I say. Like, please. I'm not gonna put out a product that makes you look bad. I'm just gonna be real.
Oh,
yeah, dude. God. I'll edit this all out. Not a biggie. If you want to fix it, and it's a quick fix, I can edit this all out, and you can.
I think I actually can. You want to see me fix this in real time?
I suppose.
All right. Give me 1 minute. I think it's gonna take 1 minute.
That's what he said.
I don't think Clay appreciates dick jokes.
No, I'm just trying to break the focus. He's so dialed in right now. I see it. He hasn't broken eye contact. He hasn't blinked. No, he still hasn't blinked. Clay, you should blink.
That just looks so fake.
Clay, did you know that you're breathing manually right now?
I'm doing what?
You're breathing manually.
Okay. What does that mean?
It means that you're controlling your breathing. You're not automatically breathing. I'm trying to mess with you. It's one of those mind tricks that messes with people. You tell them they're breathing manually, and they start thinking about their breathing pattern. See, Booth gets it. You're just like super dialed in right now. I appreciate it. Impressive.
I wish I had that kind of focus still.
In the right circumstances.
Okay, fix.
Oh,
done. Pulling it. Let's see.
Dude, don't be nasty. So what does server error 500 mean?
Means that I crashed my server because I had a bug.
But the rest of the site's fine. So is that specific part on a separate part of the server?
Sorry, 1 second.
Oh, apparently I have things for trade.
Gee, I was going to say, Cap Wolf, what?
I own one. It's not for trade. Why? It's probably a writer, I would imagine.
He probably
try it again. Let's see if I broke everything or not. But
nay.
did not work.
There we go. Is that how you want it to look?
The
very
screen
grand.
is so wonky. That's your resolution is like way too. It's like sorry. Zoom it out. There you go.
So I'm at like 50 though.
I don't know what's going. Yeah, it's because I don't know if it's like because of Skype or what. It's like there's a giant space at the bottom of your screen.
I don't see the space.
I don't see a space
the
either.
Windows bar.
I see the Windows bar.
The Skype thing, huh?
What
resolution are you at? I don't know, Jeff. It's
928 1080, 1920, 1080.
I mean, that's decent resolution.
And my resolution's at 150%.
That's weird. I wonder if it's like.
Oh, hold on.
I can take a look at it. It's still a work in progress, we'll say.
No, I like it.
I guess go ahead and bring it back.
You know, it'll be a good thing for next time to talk about because it gives you time.
Fair enough. So
Right.
the whole idea is you can create your own custom units. You know, the UI is pretty solid. I'm proud of some of the stuff I've done. It renders in real time, and you can, and even more importantly, all of it is automatically saved in the same way that, like, you know, team building works on HCunits. And you can share the team with other people, or sorry, share the unit with other people too, and so then they'll be able to see it.
Nice, very cool.
I'll show you, see if I can find an example of one I already did. Just one second.
Oh, and I can apply powers. Dude, this is really cool. I'm having fun. Oh, dude, my favorite power in the game, Earthbound Neutralize.
You mean
with
the power we don't use anymore?
Huh?
We don't use that power anymore.
Is it retired?
No, remember Clay gave us that a question last time where it was what's the most recent figure with it?
Oh, all right.
And I can't remember now. Oh, it's Leapfrog.
Yep.
Ooh, what is this? Mr. George Masu. Dang. Oh, that is dope. All right, George is going to generate the character he created along with the other character that he created. And this is free, I take it?
Yeah.
I guess. Yeah.
Dude, that's dope.
Free. Anyways, you know, you can add in whatever image you want and make what you.
Dude, that nice.
I'm gonna say that's a dangerous game you're playing there.
I know.
Any image I want.
Hey, this is a family show, not make a family show booth.
I'm just saying, I know people. That's my job. NSFW's a thing.
It is. So with great power comes a great responsibility. So
yeah, no dick pics, bro. No dick pics.
I'm just saying, you're gonna have them there, and you're gonna go through like, oh, I wonder what the units are that people are making, and then you'll see there's gonna be like 70% of them are just gonna be like waifus
and titties, lots and lots of titties,
and some wiener pics.
So you're gonna have to start monitoring, Clay, because Booth's about to get wild.
Only in your dreams, Jeff.
Oh no, my dreams are reality.
Oh, schnitzel.
Well, very cool, Mr. Masu. I hope you get to generate all the characters that you've been able to create.
Anyways, I know it's not super fun or super competitive in nature, but still.
No, dude, I love it. I love the creativity. Just the flexibility of being able to create your own character. Because I know people out there are always thinking, man, not even if I was the world champ, what character I would create. They're just in general, what character would I create for Heroclix? Because I always see those posts where people are like, hey, what if they did this character? What if they did this? Oh, DBZ, One Piece, right? Or if they did this random new Transformer show, right? So, dude, this is great. This is.
In fact, so do you still have the clicksmaker.com brought up?
Go
back to that page.
Right here.
You can see some of the stuff that their results still looks much better than what I have. And they have you can check out some of their archives. Some of the stuff that people have done is really.
Dude, I don't know, man. It looks pretty comparable.
No,
like I don't see much of a difference.
Did you close your screen or?
Oh, I did close my screen, but I'm looking at it. It looks, dude, it looks spot on, mate. Like, I think you're being a little hard on yourself.
As Clay tends to do.
Like, I'm going back and forth. I'm looking at the final product. And I'm looking at the George Masu card you just sent me. Like, dude, it looks Corporate wants you to tell the difference between these two images.
Go-
I can't tell the difference.
Go to clicksmaker.com/gallery.
Battle Droid. Oh, Count Dooku. Oh, all you Star Wars friends.
Star Wars.
I
What?
I don't know what Candy Kingdom is.
Yeah.
Sounds sus.
He figured out how to actually really add those units. So my son had a lot of fun, and that's why all these Odious 2 ones.
Ah. Oh, so
But if
I
you go
was just
to
gonna say
the
Odious
page
too. Okay.
afterwards,
So what is all this? The Kingdom things. What is that from? What game?
They're like these little Squishmallow toys by kids.
I know
created their own
Squishmallows.
game.
No, I know Squishmallows for sure. Okay, no, that makes sense. I'm on board. Miles C. Okay.
But if you keep looking, if you go to the next page, Brandon Bronner made some fantastic customs.
Yeah, the Jackal sniper, right?
Anyways, like the result is awesome. People have done just such an awesome job with these, and so
nice,
really neat site. So I'm really thrilled to be able to partner with them because I think they are.
They're Shanks. Nice. No, dude. Good job. I like it. Very nice.
Anyways, all right. More than 5 minutes. Thanks for listening.
But... Oh no, dude. You're worth the time, Clay. You're worth the time, sir.
I mean, we're not complaining about you, buddy.
Yeah.
Jeff looks tired, so I know it's time. It's time for bed.
I do have to get up at 6 a.m, and it takes me a minute to go to bed after we end our podcast. So
I was gonna say, this is the last week of school anyway.
No. So this is my last service week with the students, and then I'm big chilling the final week. So I gotta be on point one more week.
Okay.
And then off to summer, and then off to Florida.
Florida.
Nice.
What's that?
Phonetically, it's Florida.
Oh, it's like Florida. Isn't that like a artist of some sort?
Phonetically, it's Florida.
Yeah.
So, yeah, we're gonna do the Disney World thing. Maybe I'll see some Clicks people out in Florida if things work out appropriately with the wife, and then those family vacations. Gotta hang out with the family and stuff.
Mm-hmm. I did learn a valuable lesson while I was in California. Santa Barbara sucks.
Traffic's horrible, dude.
Not a town for a nerdy person is what I learned. So all you people out there, stay away from there if you're nerdy, unless you like to exercise, do beach things, or drink.
You can go to San Luis Obispo, and they have a cool comic store, game store.
I wish I knew that, and I had the way to getting there.
Sorry, they have good fish tacos.
Far away from Santa Barbara, though.
What?
San Luis Obispo is very far away from Santa Barbara.
Is it?
It's like saying, hey, if you're in LA, make sure you stop by this comic book store in San Diego.
Geez.
See, because I make the drive from Santa Barbara to San Luis Obispo, kind of I don't know, it's become like a new thing that we do. Just we go down into that area, Pismo Beach, hang out, and we do the Santa Barbara to San Luis Obispo drive. Doesn't seem that bad. I just drive though, it's not an issue.
Yeah, you're right. It's not so bad.
How far is it?
Let's see. I thought it was at least an hour, but maybe I'm wrong.
That's not bad. Hour's not bad.
So it's an hour and a half.
That's not bad.
Okay. Well.
All right. That's not terrible. Hour and a half. Oh.
Yeah.
Fair enough. All right. Okay. I mean,
I don't mind driving. But that's me personally. 100%. That's me personally. I don't mind driving. So
are either of you going to come down here to go to the new One Piece Cafe?
No.
The first one outside of Japan ever have? You done?
I know Clay's not a fan of One Piece.
I know. Clay's trying.
I was intrigued by our conversation about it before, but
You can't do
Found
1,000
time.
episodes. I understand. I think it's up to 1,100 now.
Yes, it is.
Yeah, there's
But
only another 1,000 episodes, Clay.
The best answer I've ever
No,
had
100,
anyone
excuse
tell me how to watch it was they're like, I watch 4 episodes when I exercise. I went, oh, okay, that's a great answer.
well, once
It's hard to watch.
Let's say 2000, then I'll start. That's
Oh,
It's hard.
okay.
It's hard to watch cartoons while you're surfing. Okay.
Surfing.
Yeah.
Clay's an exercise man. He could definitely do it while he's doing spin.
Clay, you do spin class?
no.
Okay, I was gonna say that's impressive.
I was gonna say, he looks like a bougie housewife right now.
Hey, dude, the way of the house husband. It's a great life.
Yep, it is pretty nice.
See, life's good.
He's like, I get to wear sweats and t-shirts all day. It's great.
He's like, I'm big chillin'. Like Anthony Bergon says, big chillin'. Right?
Just working on HCunits. That's my job at the moment.
There you go.
That's a good job. It's a
Yeah.
good job.
You get to be
Doesn't pay very
popular.
well, but that's all right.
Well, until next time, don't forget to practice rolling your dice, guys.
Good
See
night.
you next time. Good night.
Night.
Shake it, Cali. West Coast.